Remember those empty toilet roll shelves? At the start of the coronavirus crisis, many of us were worried about whether we were going to run out of the essentials. Thankfully, the panic buying was short-lived, and our shelves have been fully stocked ever since. This was only possible because of the hard work and sacrifices of seafarers, who have continued to work around the clock throughout the pandemic to deliver vital goods to our shores. But it's not been without cost. We all know what it feels like to be locked down, unable to see our friends, go shopping, or sometimes leave our homes for more than an hour a day. Seafarers accept similar circumstances as part of their jobs. They go to sea for months at a time, experiencing a kind of lockdown on board ship, away from their families and friends. Before the pandemic, they knew they could leave the ship when they docked in port to go to the shops or the doctor, and that when their contract was up, they would return home to their families. Coronavirus changed all that. During the pandemic, restrictions around the world meant that hundreds of thousands of seafarers were trapped at sea for months after their contracts ended. They had to continue working without rest days or weekends, stranded far from their families, and in many cases not even able to set foot on dry land. Still many more seafarers who were due to start working at sea were unable to travel to their ships, meaning they couldn't make money to feed their families. At Christian maritime charity Sailors Society, we've been there to help seafarers weather this storm. We've delivered food or medicine to crews stranded at sea. We've set up a telephone helpline so that our chaplains can support seafarers whose mental health is suffering due to the pandemic. We've also helped seafarers and their families struggling at home. We've given emergency grants to people who've been unable to work. Devastatingly, we've also supported the colleagues and families of seafarers who have died by suicide during this crisis. As the world cautiously navigates a return to normality, we know the impact of the pandemic on seafarers will continue to reverberate for years to come, on their jobs, their relationships, and their mental health. Please pray for this often forgotten workforce, who continue to make huge sacrifices to keep our supermarkets stocked. Pray for seafarers as they regularly spend months away from their loved ones. Pray for those whose mental health has been damaged by the stresses of the pandemic or the pressures of the job. Pray for those who have lost work due to the pandemic, many of whom are from the world's poorest communities. And, if you are able, please consider donating to Sailors Society. Your gift could be a lifeline to a seafarer in need. Thank you.